This is JTC 100. I'm Joe Champ, and hey, I wanted to do a little extra bit of discussion here, just to walk through this paper assignment, paper B, critique of an ad. And I guess I'm essentially just demonstrating how I would do the assignment. So hopefully that will help you a little bit. I think the instructions will help you the most. That's all on Canvas now. If you click on assignments and go to paper B. It's got this document there that's, it's probably 4 pages long. Again, I'm really sorry it's so long. But really what, a lot of times I'm thinking of is that someone might be working on this assignment late at night and has no real access to get some help. And we try to put as much in there as possible to make it, doable for you. So I think you'll like this particular assignment. Essentially what you're going to do is open up, the internet, go to Google or Firefox or whatever search engine you use, and go to the, search window and just type in magazine ads and then a recent year. In my case, it's 2018 right now, so I type in magazine ads 2017. Because essentially what we want you to do is to pick a more contemporary ad, something, don't go back more than 10 years, because we're really asking questions like, what do you think how does this ad relate to, broader culture? And so it's kind of hard if you're picking an ad from the 1920s, I think, for obvious reasons. So yeah, that's kind of what you do. You'll end up writing a 3-page analytical essay, kind of like last time. We have all the criteria in the assignment instructions. And then you will upload the essay and the ad image. Just like last time, you'll have 2 documents. And you'll upload that to Canvas by the due date and time. Just check that out on the syllabus. One thing as far as the ad image, I've also got some instructional videos on Canvas in that assignment folder for how to save an image. I'm sure everybody knows how to do this, but just in case, how to save an image on a Mac and how to save an image like this for a PC. The quality of the video is not super good, but I think you'll get enough of an idea. I used it for another assignment in the past, I think you'll be able to make sense of it. So let's talk about what you'll be doing if you do search that sort of magazine ads and then a recent year. Here, let me move something here. It's kind of in the way. What am I doing? Move that over that way. Okay. You'll get this, and you click on images in whatever search engine you're in. You'll get a whole bunch of images of some of these recent advertisements. And so kind of look through. Look for something that appeals to you. It might be something you really like. It might be something you really hate. But pick something that's that you want to talk about. You want to kind of chew on a little bit and analyze. That's the fun part. And then, as I list in the instructions, so you don't have to write all this down, but essentially first, we're asking, do you think that the advertisement clearly identifies a sponsor, what it's advertising? If it's not a clear thing to understand, that's a big problem, and you can talk about that. Is it telling, just informing, or is it selling, which is what we want to do in advertising? Attempting to change us in some way. For example, change our attitude or change our behavior to get us to buy something. Another question that we've got is there a call to action? What is the ad asking us to do? Is it seeming to segment? Is it going after a particular audience? Is it positioning, distinguishing itself from other products and other ideas and services and things like that? Any creative advertising strategies, as I discussed in the lecture. For instance, are you seeing a celebrity endorser? Are you seeing it trying to appeal to plain folk? The idea of, hey, the average person uses this product, why don't you? Are you sensing like a snob appeal? The elite use this product. You could be elite too and be like them if you use it. Is there a bandwagon approach? Everybody's using the product, you better catch up. Or hidden fears. This product will help you to be better at something, often better than your successful friend, as we saw with the Crest commercial in lecture. Sex is a big stimulator for advertising, the idea that this product will make you more sexually attractive, or just the use of sex grabs people's attention in our society. And then humor, often used to grab people's attention for obvious reasons. So then we're asking you to answer why you believe the producers of this ad created it in just this way. And here's where you can subjectively editorialize a little bit. And finally, what's your opinion of the ad? You think it's good? Do you think it's sort of helping? Do you think it's hurting? Is it pro-social, or is it blatantly selling just some idea, something, some service that people probably don't need and could actually be harmful in some ways? And finally, based on all you just covered, think a little bit in the paper about whether you think the ad would be effective or why. So let me give you an example. This is if I was doing this assignment. See if I can get this to advance. There we go. Let me give you an example. I found a rather obscure magazine on purpose because I didn't want people to use this ad, and I'll just underscore, please don't use this ad because I'm going to give you sort of the answer here, but just use this as an example of what you could do. This is a magazine called Wallpaper, which I think is located in Great Britain. That's its origin. And so, you're looking at this, looks like a car ad, right? Let me give you a better view of that. So the copy reads, if going green makes your butt go blue, go with IQ. And so there you have it. You see this image of a bicycle buried in snow up top, and then below you see this small, obviously high fuel efficiency car. And then the copy at the bottom reads, you probably can't read that, says the Scion IQ, big ideas, concentrated. Awarded the Green Car of the Year 2015 by the Environmental Transport Association, Scion IQ keeps you going green with CO2 emissions of only 0.35 and then something or other, I can't make it out, and efficiency of 59 miles per gallon. And then the slogan, what moves you? Then there's a bunch of small print at the bottom. Now, I wanted to point that out to you because the image that I grabbed didn't really allow me to read the small print. That's okay. We just want enough of the main aspects of the text there and the imagery so that we can look at it, and you've got enough to analyze what's going on. But you don't have to get absolutely everything. All right, so what's my analysis? What would I do? Okay, what's the sponsor? Okay, Scion. And by the way, that's an offshoot of Toyota, and I had to look that up. And on one hand, you could ding them for that, but on the other hand, maybe they don't want to be associated with Toyota based on their target audience. And it's hard to sort of read all that into the ad, but you don't necessarily think it's always a bad thing if they don't show or if they don't reveal the umbrella sponsor. Just kind of interesting. Is it telling or is it selling? Telling meaning, is it just saying, hey, buy a car? Or, hey, buy this little car? Or are they trying to really get us to think and to change our attitude and to change our behavior? And I think that's more the case. I think it's selling here, which is what you want in advertising. Because it's not just asking us to buy this car, but it's really prompting us to think about our effect on the earth and to augment our earth-friendly practices like bicycling with the purchase of a high fuel efficiency automobile like the Scion, Is it seeming to segment? Is it going after a particular audience? And I see the goal as promoting here the Scion IQ as a green urban mini car, sort of alternative transportation, probably specifically to young urban professionals who are environmentally and socially conscious buyers. And, they just want to sort of augment their little transportation package. They're taking the bus, they're taking the train, they're taking their bike, and they also are taking a high fuel efficiency car only when they need to. How is this company positioning, distinguishing itself from other products and ideas? They're saying in the text, it's more environmentally friendly than other cars. In fact, it was awarded the Green Car of the Year award in 2015, and because of its size and the fact that it's a car, sometimes it works even when a bicycle will not. So that's how they're saying they're kind of superior to other vehicles like this. Creative advertising strategies. I'm really not seeing celebrity endorser, obviously. I don't think it's about plain folk. I think that's kind of why I talk about that sort of urban hipster folks, that it has more of a snob appeal. It's saying, and I don't think snob can always have to be a bad thing, but they're essentially saying, these elite people who use this product, you could be like them if you use it too. You care about the earth. You buy a low fuel efficiency car. Or high fuel efficiency car, I should say. It's the opposite. I'm not really seeing the bandwagon effect. I don't really think we're seeing hidden fears going on. I guess obviously not sex. They say the word but I don't think it's used in a sexual way here. And it's more about humor, right? And that's why they're using those terms and the way they kind of lay this out. So I think it really is about, in that case, humor and a bit of a friendly snob appeal. Next question. Why do you believe the producers of this ad created it in this way? And I think this is kind of a tough tightrope to walk because they're having to be careful not to compete with the environmental idea that riding your bike helps the earth. They don't want to say to people, don't ride your bike, drive this car. They're just wanting to position themselves in a supportive way. So that they're essentially saying on those days when the weather is bad or you just don't feel like biking, then take this car that really doesn't have much of an impact on the earth. So you can kind of vamp on that a little bit. Finally, what's my opinion of this advertisement? Well, I think it's good. I think that they masterfully position and segment their product using appropriate advertising strategies. They're not doing things that sort of distract me away from the product or their message. Everything kind of seems to make sense. It seems really, balanced and appropriate, I guess is the best word. And then finally, based upon all that I just said, what do I think the ad, do I think the ad would be effective and why? And in a way, I think it could be effective. Again, it would be running up against low fuel prices, which could be a problem. But I think that urban environmental commuters are thinking about more than just low oil prices. They're thinking about their footprint on the earth. And so they essentially want to behave in ways that are symbolic and sort of mean something to people that they want to have admire them. And so, therefore, I think it would be effective. I think it's a good ad. So that's essentially what you do. Go out and find yourself an ad like this. Find one you like or you hate, but just one that you would really enjoy to talk about in this essay. And bottom line, have fun.